In an era where transparency is demanded but rarely delivered, whispers of classified conversations on encrypted platforms have ignited a political firestorm. And at the center of it all stands Pete Hegseth, a prominent Fox News personality and former Army National Guard officer. Hegseth is no stranger to controversy, but his rumored use of the Signal app for undisclosed communication has taken things to a whole new level. According to anonymous sources within defense circles, Hegseth has been allegedly involved in second Signal chats, private group messages that include former military insiders, conservative influencers, and political operatives. The nature of these chats? That's where the speculation gets both fascinating and alarming. From discussions about U.S. defense posturing to potential criticisms of Pentagon leadership, these secret channels have sparked concerns about shadow advisory networks that operate outside official government oversight. This isn't just about one man sending texts. It could signal a new wave of off-the-grid political influence reshaping how defense policies are whispered into action behind closed doors. What makes this story even more compelling is the timing. With speculation swirling that Pete Hegseth may be positioning himself for a cabinet-level role, perhaps even Secretary of Defense under a future administration, the contents of these Signal chats could hold clues to his political intentions, affiliations, and strategies. While some claim the chats are harmless discussions among like-minded individuals, critics argue they may represent an unofficial power network, a second government of sorts, communicating outside traditional oversight. These claims are stoking heated debates across mainstream platforms like CNN, MSNBC, and NPR, while conservative outlets like Fox and OAN remain noticeably silent. Is it strategic silence or something more? The use of end-to-end encrypted apps by political figures isn't new, but the implications are increasingly serious. Unlike emails or official memos, Signal messages disappear, leaving little trace for journalists or investigators to follow. This lack of digital footprints makes it nearly impossible to confirm the full scope of what's being said, planned, or promised in these chats. Yet, the very existence of these rumors has been enough to stir Pentagon insiders and watchdog organizations into action, demanding clarity and accountability from those with growing influence over national security dialogues. What's even more intriguing is the involvement of other key names tied to Hegseth. Rumors suggest familiar conservative figures like Caroline Leavitt and John Uliot might be linked to the discussions, whether through direct participation or as frequent topics. With their backgrounds in communication strategy and defense information, such a link would hint at a broader network of political maneuvering. If these chats are indeed real and as loaded as suggested, we may be looking at the quiet architecture of a parallel advisory system, one that rivals official Pentagon chains of command in influence and foresight. So where does this leave the average American? In a precarious place. Trust in traditional media is fractured, and faith in political transparency is waning. If unelected influencers are actively shaping defense strategies or policies through unmonitored back channels, the implications for democracy are chilling. The line between public service and private influence becomes dangerously blurred. As pressure mounts for Hegseth and any potential collaborators to address these claims, one thing is certain: the age of backroom politics has entered the digital world, armed with encryption and veiled by plausible deniability. Whether you're a political junkie, a defense analyst, or just someone trying to understand what really drives national decisions, the unfolding mystery behind Pete Hegseth's Signal chat isn't just a story. It's a warning shot, one that demands answers, accountability, and perhaps a redefinition of what political transparency really means in 2025.